Sheyi Tinubu is becoming more arrogant than his father. I don't really know why this guy is feeling so above the law, breaking every laws of Nigeria because his father is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Plan B TV News. Have you guys heard the latest gist, the latest news that is currently going on what Sheyi Tinubu did the second time? Aside bribing this particular guy, the NANS president, with 100 million, that the guy raised an alarm that he rejected the money. We make a videos about it, and VDM make a videos about it. VDM was later picked and arrested. Then the guy who claimed that Sheyi Tinubu gave him 100 million, but he rejected, was later abducted the same way they abducted VDM. But in his own case, nobody to cry for him. He was beaten mercilessly, like by the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu. But I want you guys to watch the video.
Atiku Issa, the factional president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, who accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Sheyi Tinubu, of kidnapping and torturing him over his refusal to accept a 100 million naira bribe to support President Tinubu, has now released a statement on Facebook apologizing to Sheyi Tinubu. He stated that he was misled by Ladoja Olushola into believing that the president's son was responsible for orchestrating the attacks against him. Issa made the damaging statements on April 30th during a press conference in Abuja, saying that the Minister of Youth Development had offered him the 100 million naira bribe and that he was subsequently attacked and abducted. His apology to Sheyi Tinubu on Facebook has been met with reactions. Well, let me read a part of his post before I take this comment. Well, Issa wrote on Facebook, allegedly, that it has become imperative to note that the offer of 100 million naira, which was alleged was made to me to support President Tinubu, was clearly untrue, as Ladoja Olushola, who was desperate to get me out of my legitimate position as the duly elected president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, fed me the lies and half-truths for the sole purpose of achieving his selfish agenda of taking over the reins of the student body through the back doors. It was also Ladoja Olushola who warned me that Mr. Sheyi Tinubu could order my killing and thereafter instruct the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun, to bury the matter. I also stated, among other things, that Sheyi Tinubu led thugs to the venue of my inauguration. This was very untrue. I made these claims owing to the picture of Sheyi Tinubu painted to me by Ladoja Olushola, who swore to me that Sheyi was doing everything to ensure I am not alive to serve my tenure as NANS president. In fact, I later found out that Mr. Sheyi was nowhere near the venue. And this is supposed to be coming from Comrade Atiku Issa on Facebook. Rufai, when I read this statement, I said the statement is incomplete. He did not explain to me as to us as to who actually ordered the beating. Who beat him up? I mean, we need more, from him if, he actually put out the statement. We have covered this story at length. But, we got a statement, I believe, from, the NANS group. And if I can read that statement, it wrote, despite the recent public outcry about the abduction of Comrade Atiku Issa Abubakar and the disruption of the inauguration of NANS executives at Wells Carton Hotel, Asokoro, Abuja, Comrade Issa Atiku Abubakar has not been seen in public. He has been detained in the hospital and all his means of communication has been confiscated by the Department of State Services, DSS, as I speak with you now. He is still convalescing. I want the general public to disregard any statement of apology purportedly emanating from him, as this is coming from a coerced and subjugated comrade. We will provide updates about the incidents as the events unfold, and we want to implore all Nigerians to speak up at this precarious period of repression. And this statement is from Orowole Eniola Awoyemi, and he is the NANS PRO, Dr. Bati, are you laughing at my English? I did it well, didn't I?
No,
My Yoruba. I'm doing well. I can't be sitting with two Ogun, yes, exactly. Two Ogun greats and not be able to speak Yoruba. But this is really a sad incident, Rufai. We're getting these two reports now, one from the PRO, and then we're getting a Facebook post, not a video, not a comment, not a voice note from Issa.
So a couple of things. I mean, it speaks for itself. A man has been bruised. He's in hospital recovering. He put out this message. He said all his phones were with DSS and all of that. All of a sudden, you see a message from him saying otherwise. Then who beat him in the first place?
Who beat him? That's
today,
my own. Who beats this man?
We begged Counting Wealth here to please show us the CCTV footage. Let's have a full CCTV footage. We've not been able to see anything for that. I called for, when I was making my, my depositions here, a full independent investigation without the police, without the DSS. Because when you say the DSS are taking this up and all of that, they are already part of this case. I want something devoid of them. I know there are security agencies, but something devoid of them. And now you're seeing a quick rebuttal that, hey, this is intimidation. Somebody could write something through the page. Except we have a full-on deposition from the man that was beating himself. I will not believe any apology that was written. You see, it just shows high-handedness in this country. We must be able to get to the end of the matter. And why is NAS featuring prominently in the affairs of politics? That shows that Nigeria is already being bastardized. If you're supposed to be a student union to fight for the rights of bodies, see, if politicians want to do politics in the university level, they should set up APC youth wing in universities, like they do in other parts. They should set up PDP youth wing in universities. So the Conservative Party in England has a youth wing in Oxford. Most of the people that eventually become prime ministers, they were members of the Conservative Party from university days. Let us leave independent associations away from politics, because all of this is connected to 2027. So except we have an independently verified case here, apart from the security agencies, they will not move further. But it is sad that now we have brought this heinous politics and dirty policy we play into NANS and student affairs.
Unnecessary.
That's just it.
Well, we want to know who beats Comrade Issa. That really is what it is. And we want to see him in public.
Most of you might think that, okay, all this is not linked to VDM arrest. For me, I would still say the GTB, the EFCC, all of them is linked together. These are part of the reason they arrested VDM, in order to distract people from focusing on this particular story. Why would the president's son do such a thing? A lot of you still don't understand. Oh, this guy is trying to contest for Lagos State Governor upcoming election. He wants to become the Lagos State Governor while his father is the president. He's not yet a state governor, just the title of a president first son. This guy have constituted more nuisance than his father. When I said nuisance, I'm not trying to talk down or insult the president of Nigeria. I'm just saying that the way his father is ridiculing the economic of Nigeria, the only president that could take $1 billion, I'm not saying million, take $1 billion, a president that promised Nigeria constant electricity, but is now taking billions to give himself a solar electricity.
President don't say whichever way by all means necessary, you must have electricity, don't go buy solar with 10 billion. The State House has allocated the sum of 10 billion naira in the 2025 approved budget for the installation of solar mini grid at the presidential villa. Before I say anything, let's quickly watch this video.
Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore.
APC will never cease to amaze me. You see this Tinubu regime, they don't go cease, they don't get shame. Like they have no shame, bro. Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity and you will not pay. You don't go buy solar now to power presidential villa. No shame. No shame. You know the shameless thing that this government do, especially the presidency, is to leave Nigeria. I always sit down to understand why the president must do this. You go leave Nigeria, go outside country, go treat yourself. It's an embarrassment to Nigeria. Meanwhile, Nigerian doctors are leaving Nigeria every day to go and become best doctors in England, to go and become best doctors in America. If American doctors decide to leave outside country today, say they won't go, the medical institution for the US and the UK will collapse. Anyways, let's go back to light. So what encouragement are you giving to the people if you as a president don't use 10 billion naira, bro, take buy solar? Where are you people buying the solar from? Who is supplying you people this solar? Do you understand? I want to challenge you people now. Don't give me 10 billion. 10 billion is too much. I will bring solar for you. And we'll do it for... Give us 5 billion. Give me 5 billion. Hold me like this. We'll go sign agreements. Let me do solar. I don't talk below. Anyways, you heard what he said. That if he does not give us electricity in 3 years, I mean his first year, that we should not vote him for 2027. So this one it will automatically scatter his bid. So just in case I start to the campaign against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's not coming from a place of campaign or partisan or political no. It is coming from a point of what he said. It is a promise. He said, if he does not give us power in the next years, when he's in power, that we should not vote him again in 2027. So we'll go follow what he talk. May God help us.
He said that if he did not give you this electricity, don't vote for him. Now, because he knows that he has failed woefully, he's trying to take as much money that he can. The same man that could spend millions upon millions to buy an Escalade for himself, spend billions to buy a private jet, spend billions to buy a presidential yacht, spend billions upon his wife's office, spending billions to travel, spending billions on his medical aid. For the first time, I don't even know, except this Tinubu era, that a vice president can have an office outside the Aso Rock and go and build billions of houses in Lagos for the office of vice president. Anyway, I also want you guys to watch this particular video of Peter Obi calling out the president of Nigeria. Okay, I want you guys to watch it. We'll be right back.
The 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has responded to Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's criticism of his remarks about Nigeria at St. Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. Sanwo-Olu had criticized Peter Obi's remarks about the country's worsening state, arguing that such criticisms tarnished Nigeria's image abroad, while Peter Obi defended his statements during the Day of Tribute in honor of the late Edwin Clark in Abuja on Wednesday, citing statistics from the World Bank and UNICEF, highlighting the high poverty rate in rural Nigeria and the large number of malnourished children. He also questioned whether speaking the truth constituted demarketing the country. Let's take a look.
We're in this country when people were protesting when there was no need to protest under Jonathan. Where are those protesters? Have they died? Where are they? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? They can increase fuel from 8 to 7 naira to 120, and people were protesting in this country. And when it was 900, they were not protesting. Are they dead? So why are we saying it should not be in vain? People protested when Naira was 180 and when it was 1,005, they're not protesting. Are they dead? So when I just say it should not be in vain, I spoke a few days ago and people said I'm demarketing Nigeria. When it's true to be demarketed, World Bank has just shown that 75% of Nigerians in rural areas are poor. Is World Bank demarketing Nigeria? UNICEF 2 days ago released that Nigeria now have over 2 million malnourished children, the second highest in the world. Are they demarketing Nigeria? Let's face the reality. Their labor is in vain. We have a country now that is not democratic. We are not a democratic country. Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Peter Obi made this video. It didn't sit well with the Senate. Akpabio have to come out to defend president and say, oh, even when he was a state governor, he did this in the state. Peter Obi could not do anything. Or go and look at Peter Obi's state. Peter Obi's state is in mess. Anambra state is not anything. Because of Peter Obi could not amount to anything. Peter Obi could not fix Labour Party. How can he fix Nigeria? He should leave Nigeria the way it is. I want you guys to watch the video.
I beg to disagree. Let our brother Peter Obi show leadership like Edwin Clark did by resolving first the crisis in the Labour Party. For a man who wants to run Nigeria, you have one of the smallest parties in Nigeria, and you cannot even resolve the crisis in that Labour Party. Is it the crisis of Boko Haram that you will come and resolve in Nigeria? I would like us to be known for what we did when we had the opportunities. As I speak now, I can tell you about the dualized thoroughfares in my state. I can tell about the flyovers in my state. I can tell about the best international hospital in my state. I can tell you about the monuments of government houses that I built, both for the governor and deputy. I'm one of the best digitalized governor's office in Nigeria. I can tell you about the best international stadium in West Africa. I can tell you about the free and compulsory education that I did for all Nigerians. I can tell you about the unity I brought in religion by sponsoring over 5,800 Muslims to the Holy Land and over 12 to 15,000 Christians to Rome and to Jerusalem. But then, those who are aspiring as presidential candidates and trying to cause division with their mouths, using the social media, tell them to resolve the small crisis in the smallest party they have in Nigeria first, before they come to talk about the larger Nigeria. But for the social media, it is unregulated. I wish you luck as you have a field day.
Finalize this video. A lot of you might not know what is going on because a lot of you feel the impact of the hunger in Nigeria and how the economy have put Nigeria in bad shape. Do you know that your president just recently ranked the fourth most corrupt president or leader or politicians in the entire universe, all the world? Every politician that is more than 1 million, your president came out number 4. The corruption is so tight that everybody in Nigeria, and if you are not APC, the efcc will come for you. Everybody are arresting everybody that is not APC, threatening them, invading people's states to declare state of emergency just because you are not APC. Is doing all of this because of 2027 election. I want you guys to watch this particular video of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, what he said. We'll be right back.
True for. We're all leaders in our own rights, but everybody has his own style of leadership. But I mentioned to that person that even if you read through the history of West Africa, you see that kingdoms rise and fall. And you hardly get, from the same kingdom, you hardly get two leaders that will do the same thing. One leader, one king, powerful king will come and build the empire. Sometimes the weak king will come and the empire will even go. But then this empire continues to endure. So King Clark has done his best. It's left for us to believe in his own vision for life and his own philosophy. When my good friend Michael Zakome spoke, he talks about the issue of one-party states. And when you listen to the news, read the show, go through the show media, that's one thing that on an occasion like this, probably one need to. Yes, one-party states, countries have managed one-party states. Yes, one-party state may not be an evil after all, because Julius Nyerere of Tanzania used one-party states to stabilize his country in their early days of independence. He felt that his country has, just like Nigeria, too many tribes and tongues, two principal religions, Christianity and Islam. If he allowed multi-parties, some parties would toe the lines of religion, some would toe the lines of tribes, and unity would be difficult. But it was properly planned, it was not by accident. If we must, as a nation, go one party, then it must be designed, it must be planned by experts, and we know what we are going in for. But if we come through the back door by political manipulation, then we're heading to crisis. So I will advise that probably a country like Nigeria, it's better we allow the system to stay as it is. Yes, the multi-party, but if we, for some reason, we must go one party, then it should not be an accident. It should not be by political manipulation. Because if you read this book, How Democracies Died by two American professors, then you see that some of these are the symptoms of the death of democracies in nations. And Nigeria is a complex country. And I think it's better we manage the situation as it is, that manipulating the system in a way that would suffocate the country to death. I thank God for this.
Now, you heard what he said. If people decide to decamp to another party, it is good. But trying to force them with one or two things like luring them, forcing them, dragging them to your party, then it becomes something that is terrible. A country where there is no opposition or opposition are very scared of their life, it becomes a dictatorship. Dictatorship is even far better than it. If you talk now, presently in this era, Tinubu is coming for you. All of this because of power. This APC needs this power not to rule but to destroy the full Nigeria. Anyway, I rest my case here. I love you guys. Remember, God love you more. If you love us, the only way you can show your love to us is to subscribe. If you do, please turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out on future uploads. Until we meet again, peace out. I'm waiting for you guys in the comment section. Love you.